Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Big Bang Theory. This is the 11th episode of the 7th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for the link in the description below. Just click in it, put the password in, and enjoy. So last episode, Sheldon was being kind of honoured on the radio for his discovery of the chemical element. Now, obviously, we know he's kind of disappointed in himself and the shame that's brought onto him because he believes that it's not true, acclaim. Chris, you know what I mean? Like, he feels like he shouldn't be having all of this attention and fame because he didn't really do anything. He basically said that, look, mate, I had false readings, false information. I sent it over to somebody. They've actually discovered something. It's not really me. And he was moaning consistently about everybody praising him. Now, interestingly, Leonard thinking that, you know what, I'll be a good friend. You know, seeing that I've got a friend who's always depressed at being, praised for something that he didn't want and didn't achieve. How about I disprove it? And he did do. He actually looked into it. He disproved Sheldon's, theory and realised that he didn't actually find anything. He isn't going to be nominated for a Nobel Prize because he didn't actually, do or achieve anything in the field. Now, as soon as this happened, Sheldon's depressed again. He's like, look, what's going on here, Leonard? You know, I've decided to come and help you, and now you're obviously sad. And then Penny come over and said, look, mate, it's kind of like somebody, when you have something, you don't really care about it, but when you don't have it, you really badly want it, and that's Sheldon in this situation. And as Leonard was invited to the radio show that Sheldon walked out on earlier on in the episode, at the very end, he was speaking, he was getting asked questions, and Sheldon kept butting in, and basically tried to make it all about him again. So when all the attention's on him, he doesn't like it, and then when it's not on him, he makes it all about himself. Classic Sheldon. If you enjoyed today's episode, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Wow, you're really good at this.
Well, I have an extremely low center of gravity.
I hope it's just a sprain. I cannot walk into that ER with another video game injury.
On my way out.
Where?
Texas.
Right now? Why?
Someone sick?
Yes, my sister's uterus came down with a baby.
Congrats. And it's nice you're gonna be there for your sister.
Yes, I'm filling in for her husband, who's recovering from a horrible motorcycle accident. Lucky duck.
Give you a ride to the airport?
Oh, no, thank you. I don't want to be an inconvenience. Chop, chop, Leonard. We leave in 10 minutes.
All right, here's the deal. Sheldon is gone, so the tree decorating rules are out the window.
If your mom could see her little bar mitzvah boy right now, she'd have a heart attack.
Good idea. I'll take a picture. So for Christmas, I was thinking of giving you
Me.
this.
I love it. But it is what you got me last year.
Hey, I've not seen Stu in
I'm
ages.
glad you guys didn't wait for me to start. Although you said 7, and it's 7. That's fine.
Second I go out of town, you throw a Christmas party without me?
Yeah, kinda.
That's so thoughtful. You guys are the best.
Many people believe that home births are better because the mother is in a warm, comfortable environment where she can be nurtured by loved ones.
And turn the bedroom floor into an amniotic slip and slide.
You having Sheldon's baby? Would you really want him in the room?
Yeah, if he's in the room when they're making the baby, I'll give you $10.
Put over It's a Wonderful Life if you guys want to watch it later.
Oh, I love that movie. It's great. It's Christmas time, and Jimmy Stewart's really depressed, and he's gonna jump off a bridge and kill himself.
Don't need to see it, living it.
We make jokes about Sheldon, but if it weren't for him, I don't think any of us would be sitting in this room right now. You wouldn't know Bernadette. You wouldn't be dating Penny.
Well, you don't know that. I've been going to the Cheesecake Factory for years. I could have picked her up.
Okay, sweetie, let me tell you exactly how that would have gone down. Guys, ready to order, or you need a few minutes? A few minutes it is.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
I'm Leonard.
Really? You don't sound so sure.
That's true,
No,
isn't it?
I am he. If you're not too busy, if you'd be interested in telling me where the restroom is.
I think you're too late.
Come
I
on, I would
imagine.
not have peed my pants.
Sounds about right.
Penny's voice seems deeper in that.
Forget, I did ask you out in real life.
Same goes with you guys. If Leonard wasn't with Penny, she never would have set you up.
Before we go into this, right, can you actually play everything out that thanks to Sheldon because of a decision of letting Leonard be a roommate? Because you can't. Because basically you can then just push anything that ever happens to anybody after that moving in date as a credit to Sheldon when that's not the case. The credit of Bernadette being with Howard is because of the pact that Howard made with Leonard. You know what I mean? Like, you can't keep going back and saying just because Sheldon ended up accepting Leonard as a roommate, that's the reason that happened. I understand that you can say, well, yeah, you can, because if he didn't move into that apartment, then he wouldn't have seen Penny across the hall. But then you could go, like you could just counter that and say, how do you know that if Leonard didn't move into Sheldon's apartment, that Penny may not have moved into that one across the hall? They could have ended up in a different building together themselves. I understand that's going to a stretch, but you can't accredit everything to Sheldon because he accepted Leonard as a roommate. You could also say Leonard accepted the post and he decided to move in, which meant that he is a catalyst of what is happening as well. You know what I mean? Like, I understand where they're trying to come from, and it's nice they're trying to big Sheldon up and obviously being like a key member of everybody. But at the end of the day as well, it's like just that one decision didn't catalyst everything. You know what I mean? The pacts that people made, the jobs that people took, he can kind of play a small factor if you wanted to go that extreme, but you know, I'll take it to what they're doing because you're going to get an interesting episode. But I wouldn't put everything on Sheldon accepting Leonard as him. Nobody would be there kind of like in that room without him.
One in the turtleneck is cute.
Open wide, here comes the happy train.
Chugga, chugga, yum, yum.
Never mind.
You know, maybe you and I wouldn't be together, but you wouldn't have done so great yourself.
Why?
Because I know exactly the kind of guy you would have ended up with.
Did you remember to pay the rent?
Better. I used the money to buy these magic beans.
He may be an idiot, but at least he didn't pee himself.
Oh, babe, I peed myself.
Hi, Sheldon. Everything okay?
No, it's not. I've seen things. Lady things. People coming out of people. Some kind of dirty magic show. I have 2 PhDs, yet somehow I'm the janitor of my sister's birth canal.
Would be scary though, looking at that, wouldn't
Sheldon
it?
sent us all an email, and there's pictures. Oh, don't open them. Do not open them.
My father's a gynecologist. I think I can handle it. And now I'm gay.
Without Sheldon, most of us would have never met, but Penny would still live across from him.
And with Leonard out of the picture, we all know what that would mean.
Doing laundry.
Of course I'm doing laundry. Saturday night is laundry night, and I'm in a laundry room, so I believe your inference is justified.
I need to do my laundry too because these clothes are so dirty. Almost as dirty as the dirty girl who's wearing them.
Keep going.
What do you think?
A tad asymmetrical, but nothing to be concerned about.
Sheldon, I need you to take me.
I'm not taking you anywhere till you put on a shirt.
That's enough. I was okay with it.
Oh, good. Is the baby born yet?
I don't know. I just got back.
Where'd you go?
My mother asked me to get some towels. I took advantage of the vague request and went to Bed Bath & Beyond.
You know, going back to people meeting, yeah, they are right. Penny would be there because she moved in across the hall. But also, maybe not there in that apartment, but together, would Raj, Leonard and Howard not be? Because is Sheldon not friends with them through Leonard's association? Was it not that he come back to his apartment one time and it was like Leonard was there with the guys? He invited them from work or something. Can't remember exactly how it happened, but from what I kind of remember, I don't think that Sheldon was originally friends with them. I feel like he become friends with everybody from Leonard's association, in my personal opinion. Like, if you look at it, he accepted Leonard into his room, okay? Whatever. It wasn't supposed to be a friendship, but that blossomed, so that's one. Leonard then was bringing Raj and Howard over to the apartment, which then become their little clique, which then is him being associated with friends with Leonard from Leonard and the friends from Leonard. Also, Leonard's got with Penny, brought them in. Now Sheldon's friends with Penny because of Leonard. And then, if you look at it the obviously other way, who sent Sheldon on a date? Because Amy wasn't friends with anyone. And I feel like the date happened because it was it Raj and Howard that set him up on a date with Amy. I can't remember now. So she's not there because of Sheldon. And also, obviously, the Bernadette thing happened because of Leonard. Again, so realistically, is it kind of not Leonard that brought everybody together? You could say Sheldon, but if Leonard didn't answer the advertisement, then everybody wouldn't have been collected. I feel like it's Leonard that brought everyone together.
Here's another one. Penny, if it weren't for Sheldon, you never would have met comic book legend Stan Lee.
Hey, how come you three never got an apartment together?
We talked about it, but Howard was in a pretty serious relationship with his mom.
So I guess if it weren't for me, you'd still be living with her, huh?
Not exactly.
What do you mean, not exactly?
Howard, where's my lunch? I'm starving!
I know you're starving. The neighbors know you're starving. They're starving. People in Africa know you're starving.
There's not enough food!
Well, you cleaned out Earth.
How is this any different?
And yeah, it's just that's normal.
Let me finish.
Good boy, Howard. Such a good boy.
Did she die or did you kill her?
Tomato. The important thing is she's dead.
This guy wanted a place of his own because he was sure he was going to be a ladies' man.
Yeah, I was wrong. I do think you and I would have had a great time. Come on, Leonard. Dinner.
I'm in.
Wow.
You'd have no girlfriend to see you naked. You'd try to fill the void with food, and I'm an enabler who wants deep-fried a pancake.
What do you want to do for dessert?
I think there's still half a cake from breakfast.
Hey.
Wants to be in anyone's story.
Yeah, but why are you fat?
Because Leonard was fat.
Hard to say. My life would be so different. Happy birthday to me. There's tears in the frosting. Happy birthday to me.
Stu, say again.
I'll stop now.
That's it. The baby's here. I wasn't sure I was gonna make it. Yeah, I just thought to myself, Sheldon, if you can make it through the Green Lantern movie, you can make it through this.
Well, good for you, buddy. We'll let you get back in there.
Oh, no, I'm not going back in there. That baby is so irritating. He has literally been crying his entire life.
Always complained that you never had an intelligent role model growing up, and now you can be one for your nephew.
But from what I've seen, his attention span is as limited as his bladder control.
You've clearly had an impact on him.
Massive impact on
If that
him,
were
to be
true, I
fair.
wouldn't still be living alone. Well, not exactly alone. I do have a 50-pound sack of rice with one of Sheldon's t-shirts on it.
I'll give you a little early Christmas present. I'm going to show you something, but if you ever told Sheldon, he'd probably never speak to me again.
Is it a
So if you wanna
screensaver?
tell him, that's fine. He made you his screensaver.
He is so into me.
You, Swamp Thing, Stephen Hawking, Spider-Man. Hey, look, you're in the mix.
I am in the mix, and I'm the hottest one.
Oh, Madame Curie.
That's fine, she's dead.
The thing is, though, like we've talked about it many times on this, haven't we? The fact is, she has impacted Sheldon loads. He's had deep conversations with Leonard and with Penny as well. And to be honest, he had one with her when he was sat on the bed, of how she's impacted his life, how he never thought he'd be in certain situations, and how he's progressed forward and he's become kind of more open and more intimate. And obviously, like, to us, it's kind of slow. 2 years, only holding hands, don't ever kiss. But to him, he was expressing he's different to every other human. You can't expect everybody to go at the same pace. And although I personally believe it's slow, for him it's very fast, and you got to respect that. One person's opinion is not correct. You've just got to acknowledge and respect how everybody thinks. And if he thinks it's going quick, he thinks it's going quick. But you got to acknowledge that it is progressing compared to how he ever thought it would be before. So I think that Amy's had a massive impact on Sheldon.
You okay?
Just really glad you're back.
I have a lot of TV to catch up on.
I missed you.
Quote Han Solo. I know.
Did you miss me?
I would have preferred to have you there with me.
How did it make you feel?
Looking into the blank, innocent eyes of a creature that couldn't begin to comprehend anything I was saying. Basically, just another day at the office.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to ask her out.
And chocolate milk is gonna squirt out of my nipples.
Put
He
up
hopes.
Shut up. You make it, I'll drink it.
I know, to say he hopes.
You guys need anything else?
Your phone number and one more cheesecake.
I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend. There he is now.
Hey, shit. What's that say? Hey, that's pretty good, actually. What do you think about cheesecake? Anyway, I don't think I've ever actually discussed this. Like, but Penny works in a Cheesecake Factory. He's in there quite a lot. But I think cheesecake is top draw, mate. That is a top tier dessert. Honestly, I really do love it. And also, I love a creme brulee as well. You know, top desserts. That is, put that on any restaurant menu after I've had, even if I've had a big, massive plate and I can't eat anymore, I'll wait 10-15 minutes and then bash one of them down. Absolutely love it. You know what, I was mad at, I thought it was mad. I went to a Cheesecake Factory when I actually went over to the US, obviously, because you hear about it. So it's a big, what would you call it? Like a, is it a fast food? I don't think it is, actually. But, you know, like one of these big restaurants, we don't have it in the UK. Like, it's not a thing, but you hear about it all the time. Like Chick-fil-A, we don't have it. But when I went over, mate, that's some top jaws of in and out, fast, you know, in and out. That's good. Shake Shack, we don't have any of them. I love trying it. Went there, got a cheesecake, well nice. Looked at the calories, 1,700 calories in one cake. I was like, what the F is going on there, mate? 1,700 calories in one little slice. But when in Rome, you know what I mean, you go for it. So, yeah, you would be like Leonard. And you would be like Raj if you was there eating it all the time. And I think Stuart's pretty funny, to be honest. I actually think that Stuart, his character, is awkward. In a way where, like, every scene that he's in, whether it's him coming in there, supposed to be looking like he's absolutely dapper, picking up the sexiest girl in the bar, still kind of looks awkward while he's doing it. You know what I mean? And also, what was they making in that apartment? It looked like they had a piece of string putting through popcorn. What's that? Like, is that something that you guys do? I've never even seen that before. It was well random. It looked pretty interesting, to be honest. I'd eat the whole bowl. Like, you know, do you like sweet or salty popcorn? Or do you like, I don't know, toffee or caramel? You know, absolutely love sweet and salted. When I was younger, I used to just buy salted because nobody kind of liked it. And that was my way of going to the cinema and nobody eating my snacks. You know what I mean? So that I got used to it. And obviously, as I got older, everyone buys their own. I buy the mixed because I absolutely love it. But cinema's absolute rip-off as well. It's like $20, £20 to watch a film nowadays. What's that about? No wonder people actually, you know, pirate them, rip them, or whatever you want to call it. But I like the Christmas episodes. They're all decent. I really do wish that we see more of his parents, though, around the holidays. Like, this would have been a perfect way. I think I was saying last episode or the one before, you know, about people coming in, and I was saying that it'd be nice to see more of Sheldon's mum and Leonard's mum, and it's the holidays, and he went back to his parents' house, but we didn't actually see Mrs. Cooper. Is she called Mary? But we heard her in the background. But I actually think she's quite fun when she's in the screen, and I feel like we missed a little bit of getting her in, but it's a good episode. I actually liked the kind of, would you call it flashback, alternate reality? Not a real episode. It had like no progression. It was just a standing, interesting one. And yeah, to be honest, it's pretty fun, wasn't it? You know, I wouldn't mind actually if we'd done a few more of these. Okay, so that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out our channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Now I know obviously we go off on a tangent. We just waffling about a Cheesecake Factory, in and out, you know, talking about Chick-fil-A, just going off on random things that just pop in the head. But, you know, in today's episode, they was mainly talking about how Sheldon is the anchor, the kind of person that everybody is there for. Do you know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't for him, none of them would be spending this time together when, I don't know, actually, you know. I feel like they got a point in what they're actually saying, but I also feel like the way we discussed is that Leonard is kind of the key, in my personal opinion. You know, I understand that Leonard joined Sheldon's room, kind of like apartment, from an advertisement that he put out there, but we've also dissected the fact that if Leonard didn't go there, he would still be friends with Raj and obviously Howard, and he would have still potentially met any girl and then you know, done the pact. Now, obviously, the girl ended up being Penny because it was in the Cheesecake Factory, who ended up being Bernadette. But, you know what I mean? It's, you never know what's actually happening. And I actually do feel like it's Leonard, because we'll bring it back into the actual reality of Leonard joining into Sheldon's roommates. Then he got those as his friends. Then he dated Penny. Then she become their friends. Then the pact happened. And then Bernadette was brought in. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't for Leonard joining the advert to get into the apartment, then all this wouldn't happen. So it was Sheldon who actually had the spare room, but I feel like Leonard is the kind of key to bringing everybody together. And it's not to say that, I don't know, somebody should be cheered for that, because that was no true intention. But if you're actually trying to point fingers and dissect it and fine comb it, you know what I mean? There's an argument that it's not just Sheldon. So I actually enjoyed the episode. I like to alternate kind of like realities. I've seen a couple of cameos from Stuart and Zach again. That was really nice. Like I said, it would have been a bonus if Sheldon's mum was in it, because she's pretty funny, if I'm being totally honest. But it's interesting to know that he's now an uncle. Maybe we see that later on in the show, that him babysitting. And you know what I mean? What would be a really good episode if he had to babysit for his sister at one time, and him and Amy, you know, looked after the child, they realised that they actually really liked it, thought about maybe we should start something together, and then that could be a catalyst for something in the future. Do you know what I mean? So that was decent, full, enjoyable episode as a whole. It was happy vibes, happy, you know, times, Christmas as well. You know what I mean? It's always supposed to be cheerful. So, I don't know, feel like it done really well. I did enjoy it. Thanks for checking it out if you did. Also enjoy it too. Please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.